Hey everyone, what is up? I've been doing a lot of research lately for my next setup. I've got a new machine on the way, and one of the things that I was noticing was the cost to step up the storage space when you're buying something new. Apple's gonna charge you an extra $200 to go from 256 gigs to 512. And Microsoft is pretty much the same way if you look up stepping up their machines on the Microsoft Store. My immediate reaction to looking at these steep price increases is, why does this cost so much for a factory upgrade? And then I start to look around a little bit at other options. I decided to pick up this little external drive here, the Crucial X8 500GB SSD. I just wanted a 500 gig for now because I also have a 5TB network drive that I store a lot of my files on. So I don't need anything too huge, but you can also get this in 1TB and 2TB capacities as well. I decided to pick up this particular model for a few reasons. One, it was relatively cheap. This drive only cost me around $75 US, and overall it's got great reviews. It's actually made by Micron, which is a pretty decent brand. Not one you're going to hear about every day, but they do make a lot of parts that go into PlayStations and Xboxes. And the second reason I got this was the drive speed, coming in at an advertised 1050 megabytes per second read time, so faster than your regular USB 3.0 port that's going to be roughly half that speed. You can definitely find drives that are quicker, but this speed was totally fine for me, seeing as I'm mostly just going to use it for video editing. When I'm making these videos, I'm mostly dealing with 4K videos that can be pretty demanding if you're using any kind of external drive. You don't want to have any lag or slowness while you're editing. And this little PNY drive that I have here is just a regular USB 3.0 drive. And it can almost push out enough power and speed, but it does still lag in some instances, and a Thunderbolt SSD is a bit overkill for what I'm using this for, and it's a lot more expensive, so this Crucial SSD was right in the sweet spot. I'm going to be making an SSD buying guide video here as well in the future to kind of break down all the different speeds of these drives and choosing which one might work best for you. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe and look out for that one. Back to the X8, unboxing the SSD. There's nothing too fancy here. You've got the SSD, some paperwork, and your cable, which also comes with an adapter on the end if you're going from USB-C to USB-A. The drive itself feels like it's a really nice build quality. The base material is metal, and on the ends you've got this matte plastic material, which I think is pretty common with SSDs. I know the Samsung T7 is similar, having a metal body with plastic end caps. This drive doesn't have a waterproof rating, so if you're planning on using this in the bathtub, you're gonna have to look elsewhere. It does have a nice weight to it for the size, and there's nothing rattling around in here. Like if I pick up this drive, you can hear the... So you don't get any of those noises or rattle or anything, and it is supposed to be quite durable as well, being drop proof from up to 7.5 feet. I'm just gonna take their word for it. I don't plan on hanging out at the top of my ceiling at any time with this. 99% of the time, it's going to be at some kind of desk or a table. Inside the housing lives an NVMe drive, and as I said earlier, it's capable of 1050 megabytes per second transfer speed, but that is in ideal conditions, so you can expect it to be always a little bit lower than that with any drive's advertised speed. It will fluctuate a little bit from model to model, but I have heard that in some instances, certain USB hubs can actually increase speeds a bit. I am planning on picking up a nice hub here soon, so if I do find that things speed up a little bit for me at all, I'll leave an update in the description below. Currently, I'm getting read-write speeds anywhere between 700 and 800 megabytes per second on any of my Mac machines when I'm running a Blackmagic speed test. I've left the test running for 30 minutes or so, and the drive does seem to stay pretty cool. It does get a little bit warm, but not hot to the touch like this little guy does. And the nice thing about the Blackmagic test is it shows that I can use this for pretty much everything that I need it for in terms of video work. And just look at how fast it's transferring the files. I can move larger 5 to 6 gigabyte video files in literally seconds, which is awesome if you've got projects with a bunch of large files. It's much faster than your regular USB 3.0 drives. I'm editing videos in Final Cut Pro working directly off this drive, and there's been no lag or no issues whatsoever. And I often find that I'm working with 10-bit 4K files, and they could be anywhere between 5 and 50 gigabytes per clip. I've been more than happy with this so far. I'm sure if you were using this for other things like an external drive to run games from a console, or doing anything where you're transferring large files or anything like that, in most cases this is gonna work great, and the price is right too. I'll leave a link in the description to this drive if you're interested in picking this up. If you guys have any questions about this drive, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more tech-related content, hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell icon beside it to get notified anytime I release new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, I can't do that with this in my hand.